William Tyrrell, a high-intensity search is being launched after new evidence emerges. Detectives are launching a new search for the remains of missing boy William Tyrrell, 7 years after he disappeared on the NSW Mid-North Coast. Hundreds of NSW police officers will descend on the area where missing boy William Tyrrell disappeared 7 years ago in high-intensity searches following new evidence in the investigation. Detective Chief Superintendent Darren Bennett says the searches will last 2 to 3 weeks and some would be subterranean. "It's highly likely that if we found something it would be a body," Mr. Bennett told reporters on Monday. "Advertisement: we are looking for the remains of William Tyrrell, there's no doubt about that." The 3-year-old was last seen wearing a Spider-Man suit in the garden of his foster grandmother's home in Kendall on the Mid-North Coast in 2014. Within hours, residents and emergency service workers combed the scrub, creeks and paddocks for him. Next headline: We're not the enemy, fierce backlash goes against Senate ABC inquiry. Liberal Senator Andrew Bragg last week announced plans to have the Senate Communications Committee examine the complaints handling processes of both the ABC and SBS. A Senate inquiry into the way the ABC handles complaints has been dismissed as a witch hunt and a blatant display of political interference. Liberal Senator Andrew Bragg last week announced the Senate Communications Committee would conduct a surgical inquiry into the complaints handling processes of both the ABC and SBS, Australia's public broadcasters. ABC Chair Rita Buttrose on Monday morning accused Senator Bragg of pursuing a heavy-handed political response, rather than simply picking up the phone to discuss his concerns. The role the ABC plays is vital in exposing situations that need to be corrected. "We are not the enemy. We're easily accessible. If you've got a complaint, if you've got a problem with the ABC, I am here to talk to you," Ms. Buttrose told ABC Radio National. "So why didn't Senator Bragg give me a call? If he has a problem with the ABC, if he has a problem with the way our inquiry is being branded, that's what most people do. They ring the boss." Next headline: Liberal backbenchers are pushing for stronger 2035 emissions cuts. The Morrison government is digging in on its existing emissions reduction pledge amid growing Liberal backbencher pressure for a stronger 2035 target. Some Liberal MPs want Australia to commit to stronger 2035 emissions cuts as the Morrison government refuses to budge on its target for this decade. NSW MP Dave Sharma thinks it's doable to reduce emissions between 40 and 45% by 2035. "It's a modest stretch, but it's not a big stretch," he told Sky News on Monday. "Particularly when you consider the number of new technologies we're investing in and the cost of things like battery storage that are coming down now at an exponential rate." Next headline: Queensland is opening its border to fully vaccinated domestic travellers. Queensland will ramp its home quarantine scheme for domestic travellers, but it's uncertain whether the state will lift caps on international arrivals. Many Australians will be able to apply for home quarantine in Queensland from Monday afternoon, a day after figures showed more 70% of eligible residents were fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk announced the long-awaited ramp-up of home quarantine on Monday morning. Applicants must have a residence within 2 hours' drive of an airport, which has direct access from the outside rather than via shared indoor entrances. Next headline: Why this Australian wants to launch the World Gay Boxing Championships. Boxing has long had the stereotype of being a rough, macho and abrasive sport. But for members of the LGBTQ+ community such as Martin Stark, it's something that has the potential to be for everyone, regardless of sexuality or gender identity. It's not a surprise that Martin Stark has the innate spirit of a fighter. He's deft on his feet with the gloves on as he spars with his trainer at the Fit Fighters Club in Sydney's Bondi Junction. But the openly gay amateur boxer's biggest fight has been out of the ring, in intensive care wards. Stark has Addison's disease, an autoimmune condition that's led to multiple health scares, including pancreatitis, collapsed lungs, a tracheostomy, and 2 induced comas. Following a 4-month hospital stay in 2006, he had another near-death experience at the end of 2017, which left him traumatized.